Hey Rumpers, I'm back. So it's been a while since I released a video because the last three videos that I tried to record got interrupted and kind of lost momentum. But I've been wanting to show you this deck for a long time, so third time's a charm. So this is a deck that is actually not a deck I built. I got this deck from Lizto, who's an amazing player, really good guy. Um, and all I did is kind of make it worse by adding these arcane enchanters because I really wanted to make an arcane enchanter deck. So I think I was watching him play a game and his opponent played arcane enchanter, and I was like, oh man, I really wish I could get a list that would make arcane enchanter work. And he's like, well, I've got this item deck, and so he'd been doing really well with this Dragonstar OTK assassin. He's like, you could add arcane enchanters to that. So I tossed in a couple arcane enchanters. Doesn't really make the deck better. You'd probably be better off with like Success Amulet or Crown Quartermaster or something than this arcane enchanter. But I just wanted to play it, so we're playing it. But the deck, besides the arcane enchanters, is really good. So this is Dragonstar OTK, and so the main idea is to just totally combo out on this Dragonstar rider. This is what I think of as like a hard combo deck, where like you're just playing like dozens of cards per turn when you combo out. You got to watch that clock because you'll run out of time, and also watch how many cards you have in your deck because you will deck yourself playing this deck. Because you can draw so much with the Dragonstar Rider, and then also you have Gardener of Swords. So the Gardener of Swords has a bunch of ways to draw. You have your Embassy Disguise, the Treasure Map, and the Tome of Alteration. So all of those kind of turn this Gardener of Swords into a draw engine. So the other key piece of this deck is the discounts. So there's 3 discounts. You have your Skilled Blacksmith to discount your items, Ring of Lordship to discount your red guards, of which there are many, and then also Thieves Guild Fence to discount everything you draw. So, the idea is just to get this continuous stream of zero-cost cards that you can play out onto your Dragonstar Rider, and just get, huge Dragonstar Rider. Ideally you can OTK, just, hit them one time with a, 30 attack Dragonstar Rider, but sometimes you can break a couple runes before you combo out, depending on the matchup. So usually what you want to do with this deck is start by kind of getting some sort of value on board. Like ideally, if you can play the Master of Swordsmith on 3 or Arcane Enchanter on 3, that's usually like the first card you play. You might play a Crucible Blacksmith on 2 just to get item in hand. Like usually with Crucible Blacksmith, I'm drawing Embassy Disguise. Embassy Disguise is so good in this deck because it's a cheap draw that gets doubled if you have the Gardener of Sword, and then this Embassy Disguise is going to protect your value generators. So, it's good on Master Swordsmith, Skilled Blacksmith, Dragonstar, Gardener, Fence. This Embassy Disguise is just so good in this deck. So, usually you're getting that when you play the Crucible Blacksmith, but, you could get all kinds of things with a Blacksmith. If you're up against aggro, you'll probably grab a Snake-Tooth Necklace or maybe Mace of Encumbrance. Sometimes you want to get, a beefier draw card like Tome of Alteration or Treasure Map, depending on how much mana you have. But usually my Blacksmith, I'd like to pull Embassy Disguise. Oh, or sometimes you'll also get a Loot or a Ring of Lordship with the Crucible Blacksmith. And so it's basically how the deck works. Just trying to combo out. One note I'll mention is that you don't want to play your cards too early and make them vulnerable. Like Skilled Blacksmith, you almost never play this on 2. You want to hold this in hand until you're going to get value off of it. Or sometimes play it the turn before you want to use it. But you know, you could potentially maybe play it on 4 if you have Dragonstar Rider in hand, so that you know your loots and Rings of Lordship and things become free. But you don't usually play it on 2 because it's really a key combo piece, and you know, if you allow them to trade into your skilled blacksmith, that's a big that hurts. So you want to reserve the skilled blacksmith in hand. You usually want to reserve your Gardener of Swords until you can guarantee some sort of value off of it. So if you have say an Embassy Disguise in hand, then on turn 5 you'll play your Gardener of Swords and then Embassy Disguise on another creature on board to get at least 1 draw on Gardener, because you don't want to let them remove your Gardener without getting anything out of it. So yeah, this deck is actually quite strong. It's good against control because you got lots of draw. And against aggro, basically your game plan against aggro is Snake-Tooth Necklace. Like, just, you can get insane comebacks with Snake-Tooth Necklace. Because you can stack a ton of items onto something and Snake-Tooth Necklace it, and then that can just be game right there. So sometimes you can trade a little bit with the aggro player, but usually against aggro, I just like set up my combo, let them hit me in the face, break all my runes, give me a bunch of cards until I get a crazy snake tooth turn. And then also Garden of Swords and Mace of Encumbrance also helps a lot against aggro. Okay, so definitely like having Master of Swordsmith. This is often the first card we want to play. And Wardcrafter is nice on 2. I'm going to mulligan the Shadow Shift just to try to draw something, draw a combo piece basically. We got a couple of anti-aggro cards, which is not necessarily great. So now Wardcrafter against aggro, I would just like play it out and field, but I'm gonna hold it. I might need it later to protect something. Like, I don't have an Embassy Disguise, and I might need to protect the Master Swordsmith. Okay. So I will play Master Swordsmith here. Might be able to trade into this Bullen with the Mace of Encumbrance next turn.
I shall prove my right to rule.
Is it maybe an interesting choice here on whether I play out the Ring of Lordship onto my Master Swordsmith? But I think I'm going to hold on to it.
I don't just know how to make this.
And then hopefully next turn I can use Wardcrafter to take out the Venom Tongue. Okay. So I don't necessarily want to play my Dragonstar. Like I said, usually you want to hold it till you're guaranteed some value, so might hold it for a turn. I just want to cycle these Shadow Shifts right now, I think.
Careful there, friend.
Okay. So then, next turn I might play Dragonstar with the loot.
Die, eggless one. Follow me, men.
Oh, that's interesting. So, I mean, I could take out this Venom Tongue. I don't know if he's playing like crossbow or something to take out my Dragonstar. Yeah, I might just take out this Venom Tongue and play Swordsmith. I don't have any discounts on board, so the Dragonstar right now, it's not the ideal time to play it. You know, you would like to get a skilled blacksmith or Thieves Guild fence on board when you're getting ready to combo the Dragonstar, and I don't have those, so I'm not. Oh, they're on Doomcrag. Doomcrag Redoran. Okay. So I don't want to play my Dragonstar when that Doomcrag's there, but I'm trying to think. I guess I could just... I don't really have a way to kill the Doomcrag is a problem. I'm just gonna draw, I think. Okay.
I don't just know how to make them.
What are we going after?
So, yeah, I need to take out that Doomcrag in case he's got, you know, Sharpshooter Scout or Earthbone or, you know, any of the many things that Doomcrag could use to kill my Dragonstar. I might bait some kind of removal onto the Thieves Guild fence, and you know that could also maybe give me a better shot of having my Dragonstar survive.
I serve the house with valor.
Here we make our stand.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Some of my claim is actually pretty nice. Okay, this is a little risky, but I'm gonna play the Dragonstar now.
Swift as the desert wind.
Well, let's see if we can find something useful.
I might shift him to get him out of Tiny Dragon territory. Okay.
Think it's worth dying for.
Okay, I'm really hoping this Dragonstar survives a turn. No. Yeah, that's gonna make it tough. I mean, we have this treasure map. Hopefully we can draw into something. He might give us a card.
Death before dishonor.
Bleed from me, mortal fool.
Okay. So the Crucible Blacksmith probably just get some kind of draw.
Awaiting your command.
The moons give this one strength.
Oh, there's another Dragonstar. Okay. Okay, let's try this again.
If I fall this day, may I eat sand. Looks like it is time for the muscle.
Okay. I'll cycle this steel sword. Yeah, and I keep the snake tooth necklace. I might need them.
I am too sleek for you.
As if you didn't have enough lethal. No, this descendant is lethal too.
Death before dishonor.
If I had drawn the Wardcrafter earlier in the turn, then I could have warded the Dragonstar. That'd be really nice.
I taste your
Although Earthbone Spinner still kills it.
witness the power of undead.
Okay. So I might actually have a shot here to combo.
I tend the sharpest looking lawn in these aisles. A strong arm is what you need.
Okay, so... Okay. There we go. Let's see. I don't know how many cards you have. Okay. I can do the full OTK with the Dragonstar. There we go. So yeah, that game went pretty much according to plan. You know, got the enormous Dragonstar. You know, our first one died. Luckily, we drew the second. You know, there's kind of a bit of luck that we did get our second Dragonstar. You know, maybe we could have eked it out with just the Gardener of Swords, but it would have been very tricky. Okay. Sometimes I like to keep loot on the mulligan, but without having anything... I think I'm going to look for combo piece instead. If I had like a Gardener of Swords, I would keep loot. Okay, Thieves Guild Fence is nice. Thieves Guild Fence is another card that you want to play on 3. Well, Thieves Guild Fence goes either way. Sometimes you do want to save it. But sometimes you can play it on 3. Thieves Guild Fence, if I can get that down and then play Sentinel Reclaimer, then... oh, with the Gardener is really nice.
What are we going after?
So I might even be able to allow this to live next turn if they contest it in Shadow. And then I can Shadow Shift it over and do the Sentinel Reclaimer. Ooh, or do Master Swordsmith. Okay, a lot of good options now. In case he has a Shadow Shift, I might
It's worth dying for.
ward the fence
Friend.
and then play out the Swordsmith. So at this point it'd be nice to have a draw item because we have that Gardener of Swords.
I raise the spine of battle.
Okay. So I probably want a Mace of Encumbrance here. Because the Centaur Reclaimer doesn't like kill both of these. Gotta kill this guy next turn, I think. Do I want to play the Skilled Blacksmith yet? I don't know if I need to play the Skilled Blacksmith yet.
Think it's worth dying for.
And I'm not going to break a rune here. Yeah. I just don't want him to kill the Skilled Blacksmith. And I don't know if I'm going to need to play anything next turn. Okay. Ooh. So what am I going to get here? I could get a Tome of Alteration. Which lets me take this trade. So I do want to kill this. So if I play Centaur Reclaimer and Skilled Blacksmith, that costs me 3, and I can kill this. 4. I can't. Oh yeah, no, the tome will be discounted twice, so I can do everything, I think.
A strong arm is what you need.
Name it. I'll forge it.
Oh, I miscalculated.
Think it's worth dying for.
Yeah, I should have gotten a Mace of Encumbrance there. That was a mistake.
I will have your head.
Ah, that's a shame. Yeah, it should have been a Mace of Encumbrance.
Herbs can heal or harm.
Okay, so that's interesting. I could play...
Not even death.
Oh, wow. Ugh. Okay. Getting that Mace of Encumbrance is nice. So if I play Garden of Swords and Mace of Encumbrance, that's pretty much all my mana. I think it's still probably the best play.
You best stay on the marked path. I'll pound you into oblivion.
Think it's worth dying for.
Oh my god. Okay. Probably about to die. Let's see. I think I just have to play Dragonstar and hope at this point.
Time to test my mettle.
Swift as the desert wind.
I will keep Sotha Sil's people alive.
Okay, he's looking.
I am the you stand. Looks like it is time for the muscle. You best stay on the marked path.
Okay, so
Well, let's see if we can find something useful.
Wrath of the
yeah, it doesn't get me as far as I need to get, but at least I'm alive. And I have a couple combo pieces on board here.
Heal or harm.
Keep off the grass. You will die where you stand.
The blacksmith in hand can, you know, potentially pull a mace of encumbrance. Oh man.
Shall we put in a dishonest day's work?
Yeah, no. Red can't do anything about Red Brahmin. It didn't draw my loot until too late. One nice thing about loot is that a lot of times your opponents do forget about loot. So it's like very common that you'll play loot and then they'll play like a Shadowfen Priest, or they'll do a Sorcerer's Negation, which it just like does like 2 damage to your you know, sometimes you'll have a Dragonstar that's like a, you know, a 20/20 Dragonstar, and they'll play a Sorcerer's Negation that just does it 2 damage. But that time I did not draw the loot until too late. Okay, so up against another veteran deck. Ooh, okay. This is kind of a nice hand. I really like Empathy Disguise. Wardcrafter is a nice card to play early, and then having the Dragonstar in hand is nice. Sometimes it is a little hard to know how to mulligan in this deck. You know, whether to keep something like loot, whether to keep Shadow Shift. So yeah, I'm been playing this deck a lot, and I still don't really know how to mulligan with it. But you know, generally you want your combo pieces, and you got to try to figure out if they're gonna have early aggression. They need to contest with like a, you know, Wardcraft or something.
Smell the stench of the living.
Okay. I might play this fence to contest this Barrow Stalker.
What are we going after?
So sometimes there's like Redoran Conscription that plays Barrow Stalker. I mean, pretty much most decks play Barrow Stalker, so doesn't give you a lot of information about what they're playing, but
Wrong place for a midnight stroll. I smell the stench of the living.
okay. Well, now I know that a deck that plays 2 Barrow Stalkers. Okay. So I think let's break out this Empathy Disguise.
Watch yourself now.
Think it's worth dying for?
Hopefully that'll keep the fence on board for a good while.
Wrong place for a midnight stroll.
So I don't think I want to play my Dragonstar next turn because, you know, it's going to eat a Javelin or an Edict. Oh, although discount. Okay. I'll play the discount Dragonstar.
Fall this day, may I eat sand.
You know, it might just bait out a removal, but then I can play the other Dragonstar next turn. They might not have the removal, because
Wrong place for a midnight stroll.
I might have used it already if they did. Oh, wow, okay. I can take that out really, very efficiently. I'm thinking whether to play this Arcane Enchanter, because with the Sentinel Reclaimer, yeah, let's just do it.
Well, let's see if we can find something useful.
Let's see, I get Drain and Lethal. Ooh. The Lethal. Okay. So let's keep drawing. Oh, Gardener's Sword's really nice. Okay.
Face me, you dog.
Careful there, friend.
Ah, you dog.
And keep the cover on the Thieves Guild fence. I'll just probably try to keep it under cover for as long as I can. Even though I probably don't need the cover this turn, but might need it next turn.
Prepare yourself.
Wrong place for a midnight stroll.
Okay. It's okay. I got another Dragonstar. Ooh. Charge Mace of Encumbrance. I might just do Dragonstar loot this turn. It's a little risky because I could remove it, but
I will have your head.
yeah, I don't know.
Let's put these to use.
I think I'm gonna do it. Maybe this is not the best line, but
Doesn't win.
okay. Really hope the Dragonstar survives. One thing I didn't mention is just word of warning. The Garden of Swords always gets a vanilla copy of whatever item. So the keywords you get from the Arcane Enchanter, for example, don't copy on the Garden of Swords. And same with the buffs from Master Swordsmith. So just, I had forgotten that when I first started playing this deck. Ooh, okay, so I can get an Embassy Disguise with that. So why don't I just do that?
Name it. I'll forge it.
I tend the sharpest looking lawn in these isles.
No, I should have attacked before I put on the Embassy Disguise. That was kind of a mistake. Oh wow, 0 cost. Okay. Let's try to combo out.
Arm is what looks like it is time for the muscle.
Well, let's see if we can find something useful. Well, let's see if we can find something useful.
Okay. It's a good turn. Let's see if they got anything against that. I don't even know what they could possibly have. Mute doesn't help because they're both now immune to silence. They can only Dawn's Wrath one lane.
For the Emperor.
Yeah. It doesn't even have guard, so it can't protect. It can't kill my gardener, so yeah, I think that they're pretty much toasted at this point.
No quarrel.
Okay, let's keep going.
Let's
Okay.
put these to use.
So yeah, that's how the deck works. Really, really fun deck. And yeah, thanks again to Lizto for fine tuning this deck, making it the beast that it is. And I hope you guys enjoy it too. Okay, catch you later.